I say asem kesie besia. Sa say no mesra mumbo ame. I say asem kesie besia ya na franka eden isi so ana franka nsi so. However you want to say it. But etiefo Enrechi ena meba beye analysis of Bawumia. Senia Bawumia nkasa wakwa katre MPP delegate say ono Bawumia auto cars pickups bako 300 proud to the 2024 elections no. Ema ye calculation wa ha me hu say Bawumia to pickup bako 300 na pickup no. Eye 2014 11 years ago year model krana. Na say Bawumia ebe spende not less than $17 million on these pickups. The question and angrophobia and say Bawumia nye sika no we. $17 million or they eto sa. Nende officially mensa aka a formal complaint. Yakwa koye etia Bawumia na we nkrata ya trakwa koma the special prosecutor. Now we here Office of the Special Prosecutor and the stamp a boom na say we receive say ye be investigate Bawumia over sa 300 a year pickups ya auto ye bisa say unya sika no we. It is Special Prosecutor ensa kan a year sa petition letter ye na ye baba be ko petition letter nim na ya he di omo atro ewom. But obi bia wotie me bia no unim say we fu eson and I say who put it on waiter. One hey ya dachi bi ebe to me jail stroke. One hey ya dachi bi ebe to me jail diabetes. One hey ya dachi bi ebe to me jail BP. And they yare don't be brave. In fact, there is a research from Harvard University. Wamo say engrofo bebre wamo te wound tem ewa brabo mu no. Say enye accident ni yesi e yare normally no eyana efu kese e ka ho bi. Na me can this way na ma say I have a solution for you. Enye edru a book of a nyama miense was a way nema wefu etwin na me can say because me first na me fu so and then me fu atwin book no e comment box nim the very first comment o click so a obehu se wo pe the ebook a obetumi atua through mobile money na wenya ana se wo pe the video no yesa hu ni makenkan a ya kenkan atrase e wo twi mu eno nso benya o pe the hard copy a eno nso click link no comment box nim a wo behu na neni name no still oye de obeye na still book no ana hu senya obenya book na to number na dash screen ase no 055-807-4986 WhatsApp ana se fresa number no book no ye beye na wonsa aka wo Ghana wo hefa wonsa beka screen so nso be hu se book no fly wo ho obetumi click so na wenya book no very simple na yenko petition no emu o say the special prosecutor Office of the Special Prosecutor, P.O. Box CT 1113, Cantonment, Accra, Ghana, from Solomon Owusu. Into where Solomon Owusu and all this petition way. Also subject, request for investigation into alleged corruption, illicit enrichment, and breaches of Ghana's political financing laws by Mr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Also, dear Special Prosecutor, we respectfully submit this petition pursuant to the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017, Act 959, to request a full and independent investigation into recent public statements made by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana and the 2024 presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party. In widely circulated video recordings and incredible media reports. Incredible media reports. Dr. Bawumia is heard boasting of personally purchasing over 300 pickup vehicles for the NPP and claiming that no one in the history of the party has raised the amount of money I have raised for political campaigns. These declarations raise serious questions as to the source of the funds, the legality of the transactions, and the possible abuse of public office. Inti Bawumia enumuto or say MPP party since time I yet say MPP party no obi eni ho a wodi sika hye party nim say ono Bawumia. That's right. Sikeni Belebele, Bawumia Sikeni Belebele. That's right. As a grounds for reasonable suspicion, the magnitude of these financial claims triggers legitimate public concern that 1. The source of funds, the acquisition of over 300 pickup vehicles, suggests access to extraordinary financial resources that demand verification of their origin and legitimacy. I say 300 pickup vehicles about me. I was say what no. Eye sika puduo. I was see who baby about nyonya sika ni free. I say 2. Possible abuse of public office. I say as a former vice president and politically exposed person, Dr. Bawumia's ability to raise such unprecedented sums gives rise to a reasonable suspension of abuse of influence, conflict of interest, or diversion of public resources. Bawumia eye adie bia Ghana ni ana Ghana ha ye freno eye politically exposed people. Now obi a we politically exposed person bia no. Esan se we politically exposed nti ye check you because ye hwe ni ye a mo na Ghana sika no betumi ewia. Nti as Bawumia being a politically exposed person, no, his ability to raise such unprecedented amounts of money, no, it gives reason for suspicion of abuse of influence. Etiambra wa Ghana ha. Also 3. Potential breach of political financing and anti-corruption laws. Ghana ha ye wombrebia political financing and anti-corruption laws. Also Ghana's legal framework imposes strict disclosure, reporting, and anti-corruption obligations on public officers and political parties. Failure to adhere to these standards constitute offenses punishable under Ghanaian law. As a legal basis for investigation, the following statutory provisions provide firm jurisdictional and substantive grounds for your investigation. As the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017 Act 959, Section 2C empowers the Office of Special Prosecutor to investigate and prosecute corruption and corruption-related offenses committed by public officers and politically exposed persons, including abuse of office for personal or partisan benefit. Section 3 authorizes the OSP to act upon credible complaints or reasonable suspicion, both of which are present here. And so I say, Special Prosecutor Mra Act 2017, no, a man say people like Bawumia investigate you. Or say Political Parties Act 2000, a Political Parties Act 2000, Act 574, Section 21 requires political parties to declare and disclose their sources of funding. Section 23 prohibits foreign or anonymous donations and mandates donor declarations, the procurement of over 300 vehicles, and large-scale fundraising, if undisclosed or improperly sourced, would constitute a breach of these provisions. Anti-Money Laundering Act 2020, also sections 1, 2, and 3 criminalize the concealment, conversion, transfer, or use of property known or suspected to be proceeds of unlawful activity. And you see, the reason why in Kratawi, are very serious. And they say I hear ni ya, omo ewo political position no, sa no omo kronu sika. Inti obi betumi akwa kowie sika. Ne sense wo ben politically exposed person inti no de sika na kwa komano. Inti Ghana mratre say if you are politically exposed, enyama bi wo ho a eni kwan se wo ye. Inti nkrofo isusu say Bawumia eka se wetumi akwa akoto pick up 300 no. He no nya sika ni free ye. Say ye donation a one na di sika ne man no sa nkrofo no sika no munya wa he because enye easy. So we be spending over $17 million just on pickup. Onya sika no wa he sika yinsu. Na se sika no onya no kwan paso kra na nipa ko ni motive den. Because se me ben Bawumia na me to me man 17 million dollars. So fan kokoto car no de koto a. Obviously se Bawumia ba bedan the president a. You don't expect se one man me contract. And also utie nkrata we a eba opeso otremu say special prosecutor e wo say wo hwehwem na obo eye Ghana mra. And I like this petition very much because the person didn't just write the petition in just say or draw petition ne keke o munhwemu o koti Ghana mra utumu ze ni bako no ni mra o koti Ghana mra what said this may be the possible infractions about Bawumia. Why nti we koti Special Prosecutor Act, we quote Political Parties Act, we quote Anti-Money Laundering Act. At here, it was say the act imposes enhanced due diligence obligations on politically exposed persons to explain the legitimate source of substantial funds. Any failure by Dr. Bawumia to demonstrate the lawful origin of the monies used to purchase the over 300 vehicles will trigger offenses under this act and justify OSP intervention. Inti Ghana yewomra anti-money laundering act say obi a we politically exposed ni bia no say okokoye bibia a tre bibia wonya sika ni free ye it say Bawumia wontumi antre bibia wonya 300 vehicles no sika or the toy no free ya special prosecutor was someone ni di nyonyo no as a Criminal Offences Act 1960 Act 29 sections 239 to 244 criminalize corruption, bribery of public officers, and the use of public office for unjust enrichment. Public Financial Management Act 2016, Act 921, prohibits the misuse of diversion of public funds and imposes fiduciary duties on public officers. Public Procurement Act 2003, if state influence or non-competitive procurement was used in the acquisition of the vehicles, this would trigger violations of the Act. Constitution of the Republic of Ghana 1992, Article 286, requires public officers to declare assets and liabilities. Article 284 prohibits conflict of interest and the use of public office for private gain. As it relieves and actions sought. In the interest of safeguarding Ghana's democratic integrity, respectfully request that your office, 1, commence a full investigation into the origin of the funds used to procure the over 300 pickup vehicles and to finance related political activities. Intino release. Special Prosecutor Nyama yesi onye say 1, onye full investigation. Ewo Bawumia nsem ni mu. Ni hu bibia wonya sika ni free ya wode ye saadi. 2, conduct a comprehensive audit. Undertake a forensic audit to determine the exact cost of purchasing the over 300 pickup vehicles, including all related expenditures, financing arrangements, and payment channels. Inti yenya audit yenhu sika Bawumia oyusu ya mia memetina hei ohwe miangasa mi calculation na mi yusu ye na mi yusu $25,000 for one pickup, but ebia obekom no na pickup nkrebia ba ko ye $60,000. na trese sika na Bawumia yusu ye no could go well into over $30 million and the likes. Inti yenhwe sika Bawumia de to pickup baako yenye investigations ni him. Require Dr. Bawumia to make a full and sworn declaration of the total amount expended on the said purchase and to explain with verifiable evidence the lawful sources of the funds. Bawumia womra mbetre sika wo yusu e dia to sa anyama yi kai no one tre bebi onye sika ni free. Publish the audit findings in line with transparency mandate of the Office of Special Prosecutor and the disclosure obligations under the Political Parties Act. Special Prosecutor investigations we in area under the Dinagana phone. Audit all fundraising activities led or managed by Dr. Bawumia to determine compliance with the Political Parties Act and related statutes. 4. Determine whether public or illicit funds were used, directly or indirectly, in contravention of the Public Financial Management Act of other laws, or other laws. Bawumia sika wo yusu ye no yenhwe se eye sika pa ana kronu sika eno de kotos adie ni na Ghana fo hu. Publish your findings to promote transparency and public accountability. Ye na dia waka uwia investigations a obeye ni na fatu Ghana fo hu. Conclusion. Also, the Office of the Special Prosecutor was created to protect the Republic from precisely this type of suspected high-level corruption. The statement of Dr. Bawumia a former vice president and leading political figure, presents a compelling case for urgent action. We trust that your office will discharge its constitutional and statutory mandates with the independence, courage, and fairness that the public expects. Respectfully submitted, Solomon Owusu. Inti no ohia on the lawyers and the akwakoto special prosecutor in him. Etiefo we mo bia ma make a political wind hand. The same special prosecutor and embra na his excellency John Dramani Mahama wo opposition no. Investigations fan ho over Airbus scandal. Inti special prosecutor Juma ba sabe Bawumia na Mahama position is same Bawumia position. Bawumia has never been president before. Mahama was once a president. The special prosecutor investigated him. Inti any political witch hunt. The special prosecutor needs to investigate Bawumia, and we'll be here to mount pressure on the special prosecutor. Won't you imagine your comment box, Nimo?